Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kat from UGO. I am with Sean and India from Krod Mandoon, new show on Comedy Central. We're going to be talking a little bit about the show, what it was like to film it. We also have Archie, Sean's dog,
Archie,
over here.
He's doing the moonwalk for you.
He's
Especially.
joining us on the interview today. Let's talk about the show, Krod Mandoon. Tell us a little bit about what it's about.
I'm gonna let you take
great.
that one.
Well, it's a sort of it's a very old story. It's the sort of story of a young farm boy who's the sort of turns out to be the chosen one who's supposed to save the world. It's a story we've heard like a million times in a million different variations. We've just added a lot of fun to it, really. And I mean, as I say, it's something that I think we all know. It's kind of a universal theme, but we've just added a little bit of a sort of comedic twist on it.
And what are your characters in the film, during the show?
I play Annika, who's kind of a pagan warrioress, highly skilled, but her weapon of choice is sex.
That is it, and a weapon
Just
choice.
throw that one in there and let Sean go.
And I play Krod Mandoon, who is the golden one, or supposedly the golden one, who will save the world from the clutches of the evil Dongalore.
With his perfect hair.
With his perfect hair, yeah. There's a character who is my nemesis called Chancellor Dongalore, played by Matt Lucas. Dongalore, yes, there's something in that as well.
And then we also have Emperor Zanus.
Emperor Zanus, who we never meet. So we're setting something up here.
Not in the first series.
We don't meet him yet, but maybe if we're lucky enough to make a couple of seasons of this, somewhere down the line we'll meet the mighty evil emperor of everything. But yeah, at the moment I'm just fighting against a sort of lower ranking evil person, which is Chancellor Dongalore, who's obtained a weapon of mass destruction called the Eye of Golga Grimna, which could destroy whole countries in a single blink. Yeah, whatever it is, it does.
So what did you guys think when you first saw this script? Because everything, you know, the Eye of Gold, all the stuff you're saying. Like, when you read the script, were you like, what the hell is this? Or right away did you get the comedy in it?
I don't know, I mean, I suppose because being Brits, we're sort of used to that type of comedy. You know, there's quite a few shows out there, Blackadder, Monty Python, that have that similar vein. So when I first saw it, I could certainly relate this script to that, although it does stand on its own. You know, it's a lot more modern and fresh, and it has obviously with American writers, it's kind of American take on it, but still infused with that sort of British spark. So it all sort of made sense to me. Does it make sense to you?
Well, when I heard the title, I passed because I just thought, oh, you know, I can kind of figure out what this will be, and I just made a movie that was sort of silly comedy, and I thought it's not really wise to follow that up with something similar. And then I passed, and my manager said, you know, you should actually read it before you pass because it's actually really clever and funny. And I read it sort of reluctantly, not wanting to like it, and I just realised that the writing it's quite rare because it appears at first that it's a slapstick, silly, spoofy comedy, but it is a little silly and it is a little slapstick, but it's actually a lot more intelligence in the writing. There's a lot of connotations to what's happening in the world today, a lot of modern references that we slip in, and I just thought it was far more satirical than I'd first given it, you know, credit for. And after meeting Peter and Brad, the guys who wrote and created it, I just realised this was coming from two really bright guys and had huge potential if we could fill it with a really excellent cast, and luckily we did.
What were the stunts like on the show?
Dangerous.
Did you guys do most of your own stunts?
Well, I mean, originally I was supposed to be doing all of the tumbles. Annika does a lot of tumbles in the show, at which point she flashes her underwear. Rather creative there on the part of the writers. But I actually had kind of a bad fall in the first week.
It was a really bad fall.
On the
Really
first
bad,
week of
like we
training.
thought she died bad.
Yeah, I still have quite a bad injury. My C1 and C2 of my vertebrae on my right-hand side, they rub together now because of the fall. So I'm having physio working on it. But we were sort of doing this exercise where everybody runs towards the crash mats and you kind of fight one guy, fight another one, kill someone, jump over a sword and then tumble and come out. And the five of the good guys, we were all training together and doing it one by one, and Kevin went ahead of me. And so far everyone had made it, and then Kevin kind of almost didn't make it but tucked his head in time, and I think it just threw me off. So that when I went to do mine, I didn't make it at all, and I went like this, came down on my neck here, like that, all my weight. I mean, I don't know what it looked like.
It was horrific because like I actually saw her jump and like land on her neck and do that.
It was very
and it was almost, you could hear the sound of it.
I heard the crack. That was what scared the hell out of me. Shall we say? I heard the crack as I went over, and I sort of lay there, tried to get up, and then couldn't. Sort of more out of shock than anything else.
It was horrifically terrifying.
So Sean, bless him, comes running over.
I really thought for
Well,
a
Marcus
second
and
she's
Kevin were
broken.
laughing.
Yeah, the other guys were
Like,
laughing. I'm like, she may have broken her neck. You know, hang on for a second. They were like, she looks stupid.
But I didn't cry. I got
Didn't
up
cry. She was very brave.
and sort of tried to carry on with the rest of the
I,
day.
however, did. I was trying just. There we go. We've lost a cast member before the
Yeah.
first day of shooting.
And then the next day I was fighting again, and I got headbutted in the face and got a fat lip.
Then
So
you had a stunt double.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, I mean, I still did all of my own fight scenes, but I had a stunt double for the gymnastics and some of the riding scenes.
Yeah.
Do you know what's the meaning of the name krod mandoon? Does that actually mean anything?
Well,
I noticed it's dork.
Yeah,
backwards.
do you know, I didn't realise that until we were about 3 months in. Well, Peter Knight, who created the show, when he was at school, there was a kid who I think they used to take the mick out of a little bit. I think he was a bit of a really cool guy, but he really wasn't. And they used to call him Krod, because I don't think he realised that it was dork backwards, and he thought it was a really cool nickname. So, and I think Peter, to some extent, is Krod Mandoon. He's the guy that created it, and I think that, you know, I think there's a lot of elements of, you know, because he's a very decent, wonderful guy. I think that he wrote it as a sort of a little of an extension of himself, and Krod is a really good guy. I mean, he's loyal and he's decent, and his intentions are good. He's just surrounded by a team that are a bit inefficient, let's say. Crap. I was going to avoid saying crap, but yes, crap. They're a bit crap. Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty honest about things I've made in the past that I'll go, yeah, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but this I actually was really proud of, and we watched all 6 episodes for the first time the other night.
It was really touching.
And I'm really, really proud. I think everyone across the board has done a great job, from the writing to the costumes to even the special effects, which can often look a bit cheap on TV sometimes. They've done a terrific job, and they've spent a lot of money on it, and I think all the money went on the screen. And it really feels like a 6-part movie to me rather than a TV show.